Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we'll be talking about how you can get a star seller badge on your Etsy store. So let's just jump right into it. Also, before we get started, I just want to point out that only 95% of my viewers are subscribed. So if you're one of them, just hit subscribe, help me out. You know, it helps me a lot. Thank you so much. Alright guys, we have over here how to become a star seller. It's actually very easy. It's not too complicated. Etsy has made it very simple for you, and we'll just jump right into it. These are the three things that is required from you. They're not asking for a lot, they're asking for just bare minimum, but you have to be consistent. You gotta stay consistent and they will give you the star seller badge. So first of all, you gotta have your message response time ASAP. If you're not quick, you're losing points. If you're not less than 24 hours, you're losing points for sure. So you wanna make sure you reply to your seller in the first 24 hours from the moment they have messaged you. So if they message you at 2 p.m. today, you have until 2 p.m. tomorrow to reply to them to not lose any points on your messaging response rate. That's one of the sections. It's broken down into three. It's messages, reviews, and dispatch time. So with messages, you know, sometimes you will get those messages where it's just an inquiry. You have to reply to them. Even if it's someone being like, hey, let me run your ads for you. Let me do some Facebook ads or Pinterest ads. It's an inquiry. Etsy still sees that as an inquiry. So you gotta reply to them within 24 hours. If you don't, then you lose points. Also, if you feel like some person is just messaging you from different accounts, the same person, you can actually mark them as spam, which will avoid you, and you won't lose points for actually not replying to them if you have marked them as spam, which is great. We'll go more into detail of each one of these. Let's just go over each one of them first. So reviews. Reviews are very important because these reviews are actually calculated. You know, when you see 4.5 or 5 out of 5, they're calculated over 12 months. But in this case, for the reviews, it's only calculated for the last 3 months. So for the last 90 days. And obviously, Etsy is looking across the board. They want 95% and more. So you know you gotta make sure that that the reviews are 5%. Five stars. You can't have a 4.5 or a 4-star review. They will just not count that, and that will actually decrease your rating for the star seller. So you got to make sure all your reviews are 5, top notch. None of them are below 5 reviews. Otherwise, you're losing points. Dispatch time. So you got to make sure that the delivery items are being dispatched on time. So for myself, what I do is I actually say once you place the order, it's going to take 1 business days for your order to go through and get processed. And obviously, I'm drop shipping. So what I do is as soon as I receive the order, I place the order on my Chinese website, because let's be honest, the Chinese website takes at least a day or two for you to give you the tracking number. So what Etsy is really looking for is for you to input the tracking number on your Etsy dispatch page, so that when the seller receives a notification, hey, your order has been shipped, here is the tracking number. That's what Etsy is looking for. Etsy wants you to attach that tracking number, which will increase your on-time shipping and tracking ratio. Overall, I support this because then when the buyers see this badge on your store, they're like, whoa, I gotta buy from this person over a person that doesn't have the star seller badge, because it speaks for itself. It says that you're gonna reply to them on time. It says that your customer service is great and your reviews are great. You know, speaking for itself again. Dispatch time means when they place the order, they will have less of a stress to worry about if their order is going to arrive on time or if the order is going to be dispatched on time. So Etsy just wants to do right by their buyers by doing it right by their sellers if they are doing their job by dispatching, getting the reviews, and messaging the sellers interested on time. Now let's just go more into it. We're actually going to go to the Etsy website and, you know, just go over the points each by one by one. Here, how often will my shop be evaluated? It's at the first of every month. It can take up to 24 hours for your seller rating to update. You know, so let's say in this month you didn't do so well, but the next month you're killing it, and the first of the new month, your rating will change. It can take up to 24 hours, but your rating will chill, and hopefully you become the star seller. What period of my shop is being evaluated? Like I said, it's the last 3 months. The last 3 months are being looked upon specifically for reviews. When you see the reviews at the top of your shop, that's being reevaluated for 12 months. So it's every 12 months. You know, it takes the last 12 months, but the star seller only takes 3 months. Okay? Will the star seller badge affect my search ranking? Obviously, at this moment, they said it's not. And the key word is at this time. At this time. So what that means is that going forward in a year, maybe not in a year, maybe 2 years, but at some point, star seller might affect your ranking. So you got to thrive towards it. You got to do it right now. If you're aiming for that, you got to get it done before everyone else gets there. Okay? Let's go more into detail about messaging. So message response rate. What if I haven't received any messages in the current period? So they're very clear about how once the message is received, they're gonna see if you qualify, because if you reply to them in the 24 hours. These are some things that are required by them for you to be even considered a star seller. So sales, you gotta have at least $300 worth of USD or $350 worth of Canadian sales to be even qualified to start getting rating for star seller. Next thing, orders. Obviously, you gotta have a minimum of at least 10 orders to even qualify as a star seller. 5-star rating. So like I said, they're looking for 95% more of your star seller rating. Your 5-star rating percent is calculated by dividing the number of reviews that you have 5 stars by total number of rating that you've received during the calculation period. So obviously 3 months, they're taking all the reviews that you have and they're dividing with the number of reviews of 5-star reviews. So other reviews like 4 stars are not considered. We aren't looking at an average of all ratings, only the percent of ratings that are 5 stars. So you got to keep that in mind. On-time shipping and tracking. So on-time shipping and tracking section shows a percent of how many orders were shipped on time. On-time shipping means that orders were shipped according to the processing times you set in your listing description. So you got to make sure if you said it's 1 day to process, you got to ship it on time. 2 days to process, that gives you 2 days to process. You got to ship it after 2 days. You can see a breakdown of your shop's shipping process. Star Seller is about meeting customers' expectations, and these vary according to each market. Shipping at least 95% of your orders on time with tracking can help you become a Star Seller. So be sure not to miss any of those. These are very easy. You just select all of your orders and you mark them as complete. So this is the easiest one of them all, because this one is totally in your control. The messaging one is on your control, but not so much, because you don't know how many messages you're going to get that day. So in your control is the tracking, in your control is the messages. Reviews is completely out of your control. The best you can do is keep up with your buyers, being like, hey, how you like your product? Are you happy with it? If not, what can I do more? Your item is shipped, and this is when it will arrive. When you ship the order, just messaging them. If it's going to be late, let them know. What if I created my download digital as physical items because they're custom? If an order includes item listed as a physical item and meet the value requirement, tracking or shipping label purchased on Etsy will be required. Since digital listings are listed as physical items and are not actually shipped, orders for this listing will be negatively impact on your seller's metric. So this is actually a big con for you, because if you're making something custom and it's not a digital file that you download, you actually have to upload it as a physical product. So if you're doing a digital item like a custom portrait, you're actually losing seller points, your star seller points, by doing that, which I think they should still have some sort of loophole around. So they say, we recommend listing items as digital items when listing your digital download. Listing categories as digital items will not count towards your shipping stats and your star seller. So I think that's something they gotta fix up. Last but not least, message response rate, and I already think we went through a few. This is very important, and I already pointed it out. What happens if I receive messages that I consider is spam? Messages marked as spam don't actually count towards your response rate, which is great, because if a seller keeps bothering you about the fact that, like, hey, what's this, what's that, and you kind of see that he's not really buying, he's just annoying you, you can mark him as spam, so he will go away. What if I can't respond to a message within 24 hours? So obviously, if you don't respond to a message within 24 hours, you will lose those message response rate points, and you might go below your 95, and which will not help you qualify for your Star Seller badge. If you cannot respond to them, be sure to set up an auto reply or have some saved replies for a quick response. Keep in mind, you can also download the app on your phone for Etsy seller, which will make it easier for you to reply to them, keep in touch with your buyers, And last but not least, if you cannot reply to them for 24 hours, and you know this for a fact, if you're going on a vacation, if you're, just busy with studying and you're in school, this and that, you're busy with family because it's the holidays, just put your shop on vacation. Yes, you will not get sales and you will not get that, consistent traffic and reviews and this and that. But if you know you're not going to be able to hold up your end as a seller, just put your shop on vacation, so that way at least the buyers don't get annoyed that you're not replying to them. And by going on vacation, you can actually take a break from responsing them, and Etsy knows that, so it will not affect your rating for the response rate. And I think that concludes it. Guys, if you really enjoyed my video, hit subscribe, like, and thank you so much. Hope you have a good day.